I'm here at the Apple Visitor Center. This place is pretty cool. Inside you can see there's you look inside here, you can see there's a little bit of you can see the diorama of what the place looks like. As you walk around here, as we walk around this way, there's some pretty cool stuff. This is right by the spaceship of the Apple campus. So I'm just doing a tour of Silicon Valley today. I'm going to post this on my YouTube channel. It's pretty cool. So we're going into the Pro Center. There's a lot of cool stuff in here. So as you come in, the Apple Store presentations, that way is a food court. You can actually go up on top too. Look out this way. You can see some pretty cool things. This guy presentation on Apple products, how to take got latest here, got over there, and then there's some pretty cool stuff. Apple Music is that way. There's Apple Music. So we're gonna walk over to the spaceship now, or across the street from it. Can't really see too much, but this is a really cool place. It's a big circle. It's pretty neat. So as you come over here, you can kind of see it. I'll probably be behind the trees a little bit, but that is the Apple campus. So it's just across the street. You can't really see it too well. If I went up on the roof, I could probably give you a pretty good feel for it. I've got up. I'll show you the picture, since I was just up there, so I'll add that at the end of this clip. Yeah, it's pretty cool. There's a lot of cool stuff here. So yeah, that's the Apple campus over there. If you were to fly up above with a drone, you'd actually be able to see all above this. And they have this really cool circular thing that's just right over there. That's the Apple campus. Now what we're gonna do is head back over to, probably go up to Google or the Intel Museum. One of those places. I gotta decide which one I want to go to next. So we'll go there, see a couple of the cool things here. There's also the Computer History Museum we can show you as well. So I'm gonna do some touring this afternoon here in Silicon Valley, enjoying some of the sights and sounds. It's a beautiful day. It's about 75 degrees out here in the Bay Area. It's absolutely gorgeous. So take a look. Let's see all the people hanging out. Pretty cool. Got a big Apple store in there. So like all these places, what they're doing is they're having like a product experience, which is pretty fun. What they're trying to do is get people involved and excited about their products. So I like it. I think it's cool what they're doing. I just asked one of the security guys if it was okay to film. He said it was fine. So we are now on our way to the next place. I'll show you some of the other cool stuff that's here. Let's walk over to the sign. So here's the sign, visitor center sign right there. Make sure they don't get in my photo. All right, so we had some people coming in from a tour bus, looks like. You see, there's some people. Got a bunch of teenagers showing up. I'm gonna get out of here. It's getting kind of busy, so we'll go to the next spot. I'm gonna go to Google's campus next. Here you can get a better view of this. I'm gonna show you on the side. So I drive by it and get a pretty good view of what it looks like. There's the top of it over there. We'll come around this point over here. Uh-oh, I don't think I can go that way. I have to go around, it looks like. Anyway, you can see the Apple place there. Really pretty. Big building, huge. Big circle all the way around. All right, let me focus on driving so we can go to the next spot. Right on the left is the kind of a cool building. Look at that. Big, different, interesting. You can see the Nvidia sign over there. One of the largest processors of AI components and servers. I'll hold on for a minute. This light will change. It'll get you more of a view But it's pretty neat. On the street is their other main HQ. You can see over here. Just hold for a minute. Really cool campus. Some very unique features on that building over there. You take a look at that. It's very interesting. A lot of these Silicon Valley companies are going with a lot of spaceship type of themed stuff. They even have a walkover bridge right there that connects both buildings. See over on the side there, it's pretty interesting. Definitely a unique building. Very cool. Very, very cool. Check that out. Isn't that amazing? Look at that. Such an incredible looking building. Nvidia HQ, everybody. Alright, we're on our way to the Intel Museum. We'll film that next thing. We're here at the Intel Museum. There's the Intel main campus, corporate campus. And go take a look at this place. It's been a while since I've been here. It's probably changed a little bit. I went here a long time ago. We're also going to go to the Computer History Museum today, show you a few things there. So this is some cool stuff here. So we're going to the museum, which we're walking towards now. So here's the main building right there, museum. Go there next. So I'm going to show you guys is this really cool cube. Intel has this big cool cube. It's awesome. So just got to figure out where their museum entrance is. It used to be over here, so I'll go figure that out in a minute. Be back with you. Here's a few things about this museum that are kind of cool. It's a 1968. Talks about the transistor and then how the computer memory came together. This is about some of the founders of Intel. There's a few things over here. Some of the first computers. Talks about the story of Intel. Pretty cool. And some of the first machines that they came out with. There's a circuit board. There's a picture about the circuit board. So a lot of this stuff in here, there's some pretty cool things in this place. It just talks about the history of computers a little bit, computing. So in 1968, and Intel came on the scene and started making more computer chips. Some of the first computer chips. These are some of the original founding founders of Intel and their business cards, original business cards. Some cool stuff over here too. This talks about wafers. Wafers are where they printed computer chips. So this is very interesting. That's a pretty good thing about what they look like. Applied materials that made the machines that made the wafers. And there's some cool stuff over here too. Around, I will show you some more cool stuff as I get there. I'm not going to show you everything. I just wanted to show you a few of the cool things that are in this place. There's a little bit of a diagram about the Internet of Things. It talks about the smart energy stuff, how systems regulate the Internet of Things is connected to things that we own and how they self-regulate themselves. Some using artificial intelligence. Pretty cool diorama about how a city can run on the Internet of Things. There's some cool memorabilia from back in the day. These are called bunny suits, these things right here. I used to put those on in the wafer fabrication plant. There's a wafer down there. The bunny suits were used to keep human hairs and other things because they could mess up the chips. Engineers would go on 12-hour shifts and work there. They still do to this day to some degree. Here's a bunny suit. And so you can see that they cover themselves up in the fabrication plant. Small, they have to use specific components. So here's something about Moore's Law. That was one of the original founders of Intel. He said that in 1965, Gordon Moore predicted that the number of transistors on a silicon chip would double every year. The cost per transistor decreased. An insight later dubbed Moore's Law. 1975 updated his prediction that the number of transistors would double every couple of years. It's very interesting. That's a very interesting thing it says there. More stuff over here. Some of the bunny suits over here. Very cool. And some of the more bunny suits. Cool stuff. Here's what a typical chip manufacturing plant looks like. That size, it's not really to scale. It's an Intel fab. That's what they look like. Very environmentally controlled. You can read that for yourself. It's their manufacturing process. Batches of wafers are kept clean as they travel through the fab step. Yeah, very pretty cool. Those machines. Could you imagine working in that for 12 hours? That hot bunny suit. They get paid really good though. Here's that polished wafer. Talks about the semiconductors a little bit, pretty interesting. There's a little bit more about Moore's Law. So it's been doubling the transistors amount. Interesting how that has, these transistors, microchips have powered anything from our phone to our computer to everything. There's a little bit about what's in the chip. This is a miniature microchip. You can see a lot of the stuff that's on it. Very interesting. All right, you guys, I'll be back with you in a minute. I think I showed you this before. Computer. It's originally what they look like. This is a 1978. That's how big they used to be. It's an IBM. IBMs used to be these. Used to have these big mainframes, really big. Here's yours. See, there's that microchip right there. Intel Pentium processor. Cool. I have this old space. Look at that. Computer backgammon. Wow. Magnavox. So crazy. There's another one. Some cool stuff over here. This is showing how things evolved. It's just how different things evolved over time. Wonder if we'll see an Atari system in here. Oh, look at that. Look at that microprocessor. This is 25.5, the MSL Claw. It's an AI chip. Fawn. I'm gonna go check out their store. Alright, that was the Intel Museum. Pretty cool. We are on our way to Google next. So Google has a new Google experience. I'm gonna go check that out and then swing over to the Computer History Museum next. The Google experience now. A little bit of a pain to find parking here, but Now that we're here, this is a pretty cool, pretty impressive building over there. That is one of Google's main headquarters over there. The campus behind me over there, that way. East, I should say, all walking around. Now we're gonna head over there. Just have to walk in that direction, so this should be pretty interesting. Once again, very cool. Check that out. It's humongous. Video doesn't do it justice. It's huge. Very interesting shape too. So we're gonna head over there. Go check out the Google experience next. Up to the. I'm just gonna walk through this park, but look at all these. Lots of friends here. They're just kind of chilling. Over there, under those tent-like things, that's the Shoreline Amphitheater, which is on the shore of the South Bay. So we are in Mountain View, and this place is gorgeous. It's pretty cool. I like this place. It's like a public park over here. They're right on the edge of it. So let's go check out this Google experience. Okay, so what's really interesting about this, check out this, it's kind of cool. Coming to the front of this building, look over there. These look like pinwheels. This is one thing that the Googlers do, they ride these bikes. What's interesting about this place, a lot of these Googlers, because their campus is so big, they get around on their bikes, and they all have these bikes that they can borrow throughout the campus to drive themselves around. What's cool about this place, oh look over here. See all these bikes here? Cool. Yeah, so let's keep going. I'll go inside here and check this out. So as you look up, there's a there. Cool. So as you walk in here, they got this Google place right here. They got their Google store. We're gonna go check out the Google store. The thing they have over here is a little Google Meet there. The big G. They got this cool thing. There's the stores over that way. There's got a little products in there, which is really cool. Come around here, got these phones, tablets, different products that they got. Pretty neat place. These products, if you walk in, it's got all their different things. Cool. And they have the front of the store over here. Over there, I got some products from Google. Myself a Google hoodie. It's in this bag. A YouTube hoodie and a Google t-shirt. You can see them down there. And my cool Google store bag. Go in the cafe, check that out. This is like what the employees get to experience a little bit. So here, really nice, quick bite to eat, and then we'll go check out the computer history. All right, let's check these out. See, this is what I'm getting here. Got this beautiful display case right over there. I got some soup. Just waiting now. So it's really cool. They have these display cases, as I saw. Showed you different desserts. There's the sandwiches over there. I got that one. That guy. And got some soup as well. It's really good. I'm excited. I'm getting my food and then we'll be sitting down and eating. I got my food at the Google experience. There it is. A turkey sandwich, a Coke, pickle, and some tomato soup. It's pretty cool. They have a whole like farmer's market type thing in there. And the store is awesome too. Pretty fun. They have a place for meetups for people too. That was a lot of fun. We're going to go to the Computer History Museum. Let me finish my food. We'll be on the next location quickly. It was a good experience. Google stuff here. Really enjoyed that. It was actually pretty cool. There's a Google store as we're heading out. Look at the one last view of the cool pinwheels. Thank you, Google. Head to the Computer History Museum, and then we'll go check out the Facebook sign and finally wrap it up with the HP Founders Garage and Steve Jobs Garage. Call it a night after that. It's been a great day. All right, this will have to be I'll have to go and film the rest of this at the Computer History Museum tomorrow. Looks like the Computer History Museum is closed today. I'm not sure why, but we'll check on it tomorrow. See if we can get down there tomorrow afternoon. Should be fun. So we'll go there later. Trip Silicon Valley would be complete if you didn't see Amazon. So we are on our way to the iconic Meta sign at Hacker Way, which used to have the Facebook thumbs up. We're just going to go there real quick, get that picture, and then tomorrow we'll come back and try to get a picture of the computer science museum. So we'll do that later in the afternoon tomorrow. We're going to try to get to the founder of Apple's house and where they built the first computer in their garage, and the HP computer founder in their garage. Cool. So we'll do those two things, which I've always wanted to do. Film those, and yeah. All right, we're here at the Meta sign. Check that out. One Hacker Way. Very cool. Pretty fun. It's a jaunt to get over here, by the way. Very hard to get here. It's kind of hard to walk over by it, so you have to walk around. It's right here at a busy street. Intersections all over the place. Crazy. All right, let me get out of here. Finish that up. Really nice security guard. Has to stand guard over there ever since they changed the Meta sign from Facebook to Meta. Really interesting. So he was standing right there. He's like, "Oh yeah, just walk around this way. There's a whole place to walk around." So I was like, "Oh, cool." So this is their sign right over there. I didn't get a chance to show you, but behind the hacker sign, the Meta sign, is actually the old Sun Microsystems sign. That was, back in its heyday, was one of the biggest Silicon Valley companies. And now it's gone. It's crazy. Interesting. So this whole campus used to be Sun Microsystems, and that is now Facebook, or Meta. Pretty interesting. All right, let's head out. We're gonna go to the next spot, and we'll keep this up. I want to wrap up this part of the tour today. Got two more spots. We're gonna go to Palo Alto, which I think is over that way, and then we'll also go to Los Altos Hills, which will take me back home. I will come back to the Computer Science Museum tomorrow. Got my creator YouTube sweatshirt today. It's pretty neat. So since I'm going to post this on YouTube, shout out to them. They're really nice. So see y'all. If you missed, this is a cool sign right here, right in front of this house. Birthplace of Silicon Valley. This garage is the birthplace of the world's first high technology region. Silicon Valley, for such a region, originated with Dr. Frederick Terman, Stanford University professor who encouraged his students to start up their own electronics companies in the area instead of joining established firms. To follow his advice were William R. Hewlett and David R. Packard, who started in that garage. So Hewlett Packard started right over there. So it's kind of neat. That's pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. What's neat about that, there's a lady sitting outside. I thought she owned the house, but she's actually, this is at 367 Addison Avenue in Palo Alto. Just 2 miles away from the Facebook headquarters. So HP has their headquarters here in the Bay Area, but that's where their company began, was with the oscillator, which is kind of how everything started. So the professor at Stanford challenged his students to build their own technology in their own area. So it began out of a garage, and they started tinkering with things. The next place we're going to is where Steve Jobs' house was, Apple Computers founder. That's another interesting piece of history. We'll head there next. That's in Los Altos Hills. Did find out that the Computer Museum is actually open on Wednesday, which I thought it was going to be open today, but that's okay. Maybe tomorrow we'll head into downtown San Jose and go see the Computer History Museum, or the, I don't know what they call it now, but that's the innovation hub, something or other. Anyway, there's a museum for technology downtown. All right, let's go do the next thing. This will be fun. It's pretty amazing. Just an incredible bit of history here in this right over there. So you can't really see it's in front of that tree. We're gonna head out, go to the next house. That'll be where Steve Jobs founded Apple Computer. So here's what's interesting. This house right over here is Steve Jobs' house. In that garage right there, that is where Apple Computers was born. 66 Crisp Avenue in Los Altos. Interesting place. It's very quiet in this neighborhood. Each side of the street. Very unassuming. You wouldn't even think that anything had happened here, but that is where Apple was born. This little house became a big corporation and has a lot of history. And that garage right there, Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs made the first Apple computer. A lot of history. Very cool. Well, that's it for today. That is a fun bit of history there. I am heading home. Tomorrow we'll take you to the other place that's around here, which is the San Jose Center of Innovation, is what they call it. I'm not sure what they're calling it these days, but it's the Innovation Museum, something like that. Anyway, we'll call it a day. This was a fun trip. Lots of interesting things we saw today, and a lot of history here in Silicon Valley. Thanks for taking me on this part of the journey. More to come. I'll have a couple more vids. I'll do a part 2. The Computer History Museum in downtown San Jose. Till next time, we'll see you on Where's Your Next. Quick note about innovation. Innovation is what has given us all these amazing technological advances, these phones, these amazing computers that we have, these little devices that we can make videos on. Just incredible. Amazing. All these things that we depend on, all these little things that we take for granted. Well, that's it for today. We'll see you next time on Where's Your Next. Thanks for this little Silicon Valley Journal, Silicon Valley Journey, Part 1. Until tomorrow. We'll bring you more on Tuesday and Wednesday. See you soon. Wake out.